Hey everyone, before I get this video started, make sure to click the like button down there, subscribe, and leave a comment of how your day was and if you think this cat should be in the video or not. Thank you, I appreciate it. Now let's go to the video. Say hi. Okay, bye. Hey everyone, I'm back. Welcome to my channel again. This is YoU. She's 2 years old. I made a video back when she was just a baby, but today I'm gonna tell you guys a story about my crazy sister, cRaZy. Again, for all of you that don't know, I made a previous video about my sister cRaZy back in 2019. Well, I'm sorry I took so long, but life sucks. And life happened, but life still sucks. Anyway, I'm still alive. This story takes place back in 2013 when I was just a freshman in high school. At the time, me and my siblings were living with my uncle. I shared one bedroom with my older brother, and my two sisters would share one bedroom. My third sister had to share a room with my cousin. So in total, that makes 5 of us living under my uncle. I have a fourth sister, but she's out of the picture, and she's in college at the time. So, continue with the story. My daily routine would consist of going to school, come home, do homework, eat, play video games all night, or watch anime. Either one. I'll do that until 12 a.m. and then I'll go to sleep. My older brother would more or less, both of us go to sleep at 12 a.m. every day. So, at the time, I was being bullied by 2 of my older siblings. 1, it was my brother, Jay. And 2 was my sister. And you already know who it is. cRaZy! The crazy one. I mean, they're all crazy, but this one specifically. But yeah, so Jay and cRaZy bullying me on separate occasions, separately. But they don't see it as bullying. They just saw it as older sibling love or something like that. I don't even know. Every day I'll get hit with a knuckle, cussed at, called names, and all types of belittling. I don't even know why. It just happened. It was like they were going through a phase and I was too small, so they would just aim at me for it. That's how it is to be a little sibling. My sister, cRaZy, who was 18 at the time, I was 14. She wanted to be a K-pop star. She wanted to be a singer. And honestly, I didn't really give a F, you know? I didn't really care. She did what she did, I did what I did. As long as your thing don't bother me, then it's fine. She'll blast off, she'll sing karaoke, stuff like that every day. No matter where she was, at school, at home, doesn't matter. She did it every day. It happened all the time. I just got used to it because it never bothered me. She'll do it in the living room. She'll do it in the garage. She'll do it in the backyard. And she'll do it in her bedroom. But the thing was, she shared a room with my cousin, so they didn't like that. So she'll typically go to the garage. It never bothered me, so I sleep peacefully until something strange happened. One night, I woke up to the door rattling, and I got freaked out, like super freaked out. I had a phobia of the dark, not to mention I had a phobia of like ghosts and creepy things. So I heard it rattling, like click, click, click. I heard it wiggling, and it was really quiet. Really ominous. And I looked up what time it was. Did you see that alarm clock? I still have it. That's from like long time ago. I've had that alarm clock since I was in middle school. That same alarm clock, I looked at it. It was next to my bed, and it was exactly like 2 a.m., 3 a.m. somewhat, something like that. I think it was 3 a.m. I was freaked out, and I was groggy, and I was looking at the clock, and it's 3 a.m. and I was like, any of you that don't know, 3 a.m. is what they call the time of the devil or the time of the dead. They're just come out, and we all knew that. Of course, I was like the only one awake, and I was looking around, and the window was like somewhat open, and it was shining a dim light from the outside street lights and stuff like that. It was shining in, and I'll see dimly, and the room will be lit up in really light blue light. I remember looking, and I thought I was like off of it, out of it. I thought I was dreaming, and I thought it was like one of those horror dreams, and I just thought like, no way this is happening. This is for real. Then out of nowhere, I hear the door open slowly. I hear someone whispering, like really quietly. And I thought it was a ghost, and I was about to flip out. I was legit about to flip out. This is the first time it happened ever in that house. I thought like it was a ghost. For sure this is a ghost. I was about to flip out, throw something at my brother to wake him up, to beat up the ghost. Something like that. I listened closer, and I was covering my head with a blanket. And I was listening. And then I hear and I was like, no way. And I thought to myself, what the hell is that? But then I recognized that voice.
Hey, little brothers.
And I heard,
Hey, little brothers. Don't mind me. I come in here to sing.
and I'm like, wait a minute, that's not a ghost. That's crazy. What the f? You're telling me I almost pissed my pants for no reason? I was scared for no reason. This whole time, it was just my crazy sister. What's scarier is I didn't know what was scarier, my crazy sister KZ or the ghost. To be honest, I'd much rather deal with the ghost. At least the ghost won't beat me up physically and belittle me, make me cry. Anyways, she slowly opened the door and tiptoed to my brother's side of the room, and I heard she sat on my brother's bed, thank goodness, and not on mine. My brother's bed is across, right in front of the door. My bed is on the right side, next to the closet. My brother Jay didn't even flinch. He didn't even notice. He didn't even do anything. And our beds are creaky, so I would know. And my brother Jay doesn't even notice, and he just like continues sleeping. He doesn't even flinch. He doesn't even make a noise. Continue on with the story. I didn't say anything because I was pretending to sleep, because remember, I was bullied by both of them, the brother sleeping and my sister KZ. So why would I say anything? Because I might get my ass beat at midnight for no reason. I don't want that, so I stayed pretending to sleep. I was just laying there, and then I thought she was, I thought she was just coming here to check. And since she said she was here to sing, I thought maybe she should sing for a bit. But now at this point, I can't sleep. It's 3 a.m. and I have school tomorrow. I'm just fully awake at this point. I'm trying really hard to sleep. I'm trying, but I can't sleep when there's little bits of noises in the back, just making noises. And then next thing I know, it's all quiet. It's really quiet, like she's not even there. And I'm like, huh, that's nice. If she's just gonna come in here and listen to music, and that's fine, it doesn't bother me. I can sleep fine. I close my eyes and I'm almost deep sleep. I'm like, I could go back to sleep. And then I hear, in my head, I'm like, the heck was that? So I was like, what? And I hear, and I'm like, oh my effing gosh. No way this is really happening. She's really blasting it at 3 a.m. in a room full of sleeping people. In the dark, the lights wasn't on. No, she didn't even bother to turn on the lights. She just sat in the dark singing and blasting off at that. It wasn't a normal, quiet singing, lullaby. It was an American Idol performance. It was a blasting. And who does that? Who does that? Who in the right mind? And when she hit the high note, my brother Jay, he still didn't do anything. He didn't do anything. He just lay there quietly. But he didn't flinch. The funny thing was, he didn't flinch. He didn't do anything. He didn't make a noise. He didn't get up. He didn't cuss at her, because he usually would. He'll cuss at me, and he wouldn't hesitate to cuss at anybody else. And I was shooketh. I laid in bed and I was like, what the? What? It was so funny. At first, I just heard it. I tried so hard not to laugh. And she was just karaokeing. At the time, there was this app called Smule, but she was using Smule a lot, and I know that everybody uses Smule, but she was using it like crazy. It kept going and going and going, and at this point, I'm just trying to cover my ears. I'm just trying to go back to sleep. And next thing I know, I look to my right and I look at the clock. It was 3 a.m. when she first came in, and now it's 3:30. It's not even funny anymore. I'm not even laughing anymore. I'm just sitting there in awe. Not in awe of how talented it was. No, it was horrible. That's exactly how it sounded. It sounded exactly like that. I didn't tell you earlier. I never said she was a good singer. I just said she wanted to be one. Doesn't mean she was good. Like I say, you do what you do, I do what I do. Whatever you do, if you're bad or good or not, it doesn't matter. It doesn't bother me, then you do what you gotta do. Don't bother me. I've always been like that, but damn, it was bad. But anyway, I was trying so hard to sleep, and at this point, I'm really pissed. But I can't say anything. But yeah, she continues on and on and on. I'm so pissed and angry and sad, and I'm under the blanket still. It was so loud. I put the pillow on my head, and it was so hot. I was sweating all over, and my blanket was thick, like one of those thick fur blankets. Here, let me give you a context. This is the fur blankets. This is my brother's, but at the time I was using a thicker one. Keep in mind, this is school night. And after a while, I was thinking to myself, this all doesn't make any sense. How come I'm the only one who hears it? This is a 6-bedroom house. 10 plus people live in this house. My siblings and my uncle and my uncle's kids included. This is a big house. First of all, why didn't she go to the garage? Second of all, go outside, go in the backyard. Third of all, go in the living room. Somewhere not here. Fourth of all, why here? Fifth of all, nobody hears it? 10 plus people in this house? And nobody complained. You'd expect after 30 minutes people will come out, but no. Anyway, continue. I'm done ranting. Continue with the story. Nobody hears it, and she continues on for 30 minutes. I count every minute. Every minute I'll look. It feels like eternity. Absolutely. To make it worse, I've had insomnia since I was a baby, and even now I'm 22 and it's 2021. I still have insomnia. Well, her singing right there didn't help me. Even if she did laugh, it would have been hard to sleep anyway. But to make it worse, when you have insomnia, things go by slow when you're trying to go to sleep because you're just laying there. It doesn't matter how tired you are or how awake you are. Insomnia will keep you awake. And those who are experienced with insomnia, you look at the clock, 1 minute goes by, but it feels like eternity because you can't fall asleep. That's what's happening right now, but this time is worse because I'm sweating and I'm drenched, and it's like my sister won't shut up, and I'm just laying there. She starts singing her favorite song that she karaoke's for it's been months. She's been blasting it off, and this one song I hate it so much because this one event traumatized me so much. It was SiStEr by Train. Don't get me wrong, it's a good song, but I absolutely hate it. I hate it. Absolutely hate that song. She was singing that. She goes, "Hey, sister, hey, mister." And she wouldn't even sing the whole song properly. She'll keep singing the chorus over and over and over again. She keep repeating it. It drove me absolutely insane. Absolutely. And I didn't want to get bullied at 3 a.m. when I'm trying to sleep. I didn't want to get jumped. I didn't want to get beat. I didn't want to get belittled. I was honestly terrified of getting jumped and getting beaten just for speaking out. And I was incredibly angry, but I was incredibly scared. So I did what I thought would work. I started moaning really loudly. I started going, thinking it would work. And then it goes quiet for a bit, and I keep going. Every time I moan, of course I'm making it obvious that I can't sleep, you know? I mean, that's what I would think if I heard someone groaning. So every time I do that, she'll quietly sing, and then she'll start blasting off again, like pretending that it never happened. After 3 times of that happening, like 15 minutes, right? I do it once more. She stops, and I thought maybe I'm saved, maybe she'll leave. But then she goes,
Oh, are you awake, little brother? Did I wake you up? Oh, I'm sorry. Let me sing you back to sleep.
So sister, mister. And she'll continue on, and she thinks her voice is the most angelic thing in the world for some reason, and I'm just trying to sleep. For me, it sounds like a monster. It's not the most angelic voice in the world. It sounds like an absolute monster. It sounds horrible. It makes it even harder to sleep. I'd preferably if she didn't do that, and I couldn't say anything, and I couldn't pretend I was awake. So I just lay there and died. Slowly try to die. You can guess how long this goes on for. It doesn't end. It doesn't end. And I'll tell you, it goes on for hours. 3 hours. I know enough. It happens so much. I time it every time. It's always between 2 hours and 3 hours. Typically she'll end it around 2.5 hours, but most times it'll be 3 hours. It didn't stop for 3 hours. 6 a.m. come by. I'm skipping forward. Around 6 a.m. she finally leaves. And at this time, there's no point. I'm not even gonna get enough sleep. I gotta wake up at 7:30 a.m. to go to school, to high school. I couldn't sleep. I was up all night. I just lay there for an hour and a half. Next thing I know, my alarm goes off. I turn it off and I wake up, my eyes are red and my hair is frizzy and I'm drenched in sweat and I don't even know what to do. I felt like crying. Honestly, I felt like crying. My life was so horrible. I was going through depression at the time. I forgot to mention that. It was a big deal. I felt like crying, like really badly. I felt like, why is this happening to me? I felt incredibly angry and upset because I was being bullied and I had a horrible night's sleep. I thought I had the worst life ever, and I just felt like crying. I went to school with the worst mood. Even at school, we didn't really have time to talk about it. People didn't really care. Like, it happened. Like, I just tried to go throughout my day pretending that I didn't just go through that. It was traumatizing. Until this day, it still bothers me. And I still think about it, and I still think, I cannot believe that happened. But yeah, this happened not just that one time. No, that was only the first time. I can't tell you how many times it happened. It kept happening and happening and happening and happening over and over and over. It happened for days on end, nights on end, like at least like once or twice every 2 weeks. It will happen so much. And like typically she'll go to the garage and she'll order her room, but she'll get kicked out of that. There's like, I remember specifically this one time I stood up for myself. I don't remember. It happened so many nights that I don't even remember which night this was. I'll just tell you, this one night and look, I actually woke up. I had enough. This is after nights and nights and nights. After multiple nights, I just couldn't take it anymore. I woke up, I got up, I looked at her, and I told her, "cRaZy, it's 3 a.m. Why are you singing here?" And she'd be like, "Oh, it's okay, little brother. Let me sing you back to sleep." I'm like, "No, why are you singing here? Why are you here? It's 3 a.m. We're trying to sleep." And she goes, "Oh, well, it's, it's cold. I can't sing anywhere. Where am I gonna go? Why am I gonna go, huh? What am I gonna do?" Acting like it was my fault, saying it. And then I went, "Just go anywhere but here. Can't you go to the garage or something?" And she'll go, "What? No, it's too cold. It's too cold to go to the garage." I'll be like, "Can you please stop and get out?" She'll be like, "Fine, I'll just do this for a few more minutes, I'll leave, okay?" And I'm like, okay, fine, okay. So I try to go back to sleep. At this point, she knows I'm awake, right? You'd think she'll stop, but she didn't. She continued on. At that specific night, after that I talked to her, I finally stood up for myself. I thought it would work. You thought maybe this problem could be solved if I brought it up, but nope. A few minutes turned to an hour and a half. She didn't stop till 6 a.m. again, as per usual. And as per usual, I couldn't sleep, and I stayed up that night again. And one night specific, I remember my uncle woke up and told her to get out. She did. That was only one night. I remember specifically another night, my brother woke up and told her to get the fuck out. she got out without hesitating. So my brother told me one time, I don't remember of course, but whenever I asked him, he told me one time he kicked her as hard as he could and she fell off the bed and she left. So one day after nights and nights and nights, right, I go up to my sister L in the separate room. My little sister T and my older sister L and T are younger than KZ, so they both share another room way down the hallway. One day I went to ask my sister L, hey L, have you been getting midnight visits from KZ? And she'll go,
What? Heck yeah, bro. She's been doing that nonstop to me.
I'm like, I'm not the only one, are you kidding? She said,
well, she used to do it, but not anymore. Like, one time we just at her, like, I at her really, really badly, and then she stopped coming ever since.
and I'm like, when was that? She said,
I don't know, a couple
weeks ago. And I told her, L, because you did that, you bitched at her. She stopped doing it to you, but she's doing it to me now. She's like,
wow, she's doing it to you now? That sucks. Good luck.
and I was like, no effing way. What did I do? She said,
I don't know. Good luck.
so we left off and I just went back to my room and there's no way to fix it. After that, there's no help for me. It just happened over and over. And I remember, I don't remember specifically, but one day it just stopped. During the day, she would karaoke too, and my uncle would lecture her. That's why she does it at night. But one day she just stopped. Stopped bothering me at night. She just stopped karaokeing. And I think it's because my uncle lectured her one time. And the funny thing is, I'm pretty sure everyone in the whole house heard her singing and blasting. It's just no one did anything about it. And one day my uncle lectured her. Of course my uncle lectured her often, but this time he lectured her a lot. And lectured her like crazy. My uncle lectured her, said to stop singing at midnight. He stood up for me and my brother. Well, he stood up for all of us actually. He said, don't you understand that people are trying to sleep? You can't just blast off at 3 a.m. She'll be like,
what? But I want to be a K-pop singer. I want to be good. How am I going to practice?
and he'll be like, it doesn't matter. You can sing somewhere else. You don't need to sing. People are trying to sleep and you're singing. That's wrong. You're like, are you stupid or something? That's not what you do. You can't do that. People are trying to sleep. We have work in school tomorrow. You can't just keep doing that. Oh, my uncle speaks a different language, but I'm just gonna speak English in this context. And she'll go,
what is that? I want to be a singer, K-pop singer.
and he'll be like, how do you even, you're not even good. He's like, don't you know that you need somebody to tell you and critique you? She'll be like,
I don't need nobody to critique me. I critique myself. I'm the best.
and he'll be like, if you really wanted to try it, you need somebody's help. You can't just keep singing all the time. And so I think since then, I don't remember how the argument ended. I think she got angry and went to cry in her room or something. But since then she stopped. She stopped bothering us. And since then I've been sleeping good since. I've been sleeping so good, so good. But yeah, that's it. That's the end of the story. And to this day, I still can't believe it happened. The trauma really still hit, I still remember it. I still talk about it. I still talk about it with my siblings. We all just can't fathom the fact that it happened. The fact that people are sleeping and somebody will think it's okay to go in the room to blast karaoke, sing like it's American Idol performance inside the room while they're sleeping. The fact that even happened, we can't even fathom it. But it's unfathomable. I cannot believe it happened. But yeah, that's the end. That's what happened. But yeah, thanks for listening for this long story. Sorry it was so long. I tried not to drag the story too long. And it may look like, down there it looks like it's only this amount of mine. I don't even know how long it's gonna be. But it took like 40 minutes to 45 minutes just to record this whole video, and I have to edit it. So I hope you all enjoy it, and I'll appreciate if you click the like button down there and subscribe to me. But I really appreciate the support. Love you all. I do this all for you, and I'll be posting more crazy stories. And you will not believe it, but this is only 1 out of 100. Peace! Traumatized boy out! So, one day when she says,
Don't mind me. I'm gonna sing for you.
and then out of nowhere,